Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of capacity building training for 1,000 Nigerian civil servants on ICT, which, as you all know, it was organized by Hammad Technology. So, first of all, as usual, we will start with the recap on day 3, and then today topic is going to be about delete. We are going to see how you can delete a file and how to also do a permanent delete. Please, if you are not speaking, mute your mic. Thank you. Then we are going to look at the recovery, how to recover a file, and then we have a Q&A, then we call it a day. So recap on day 3. Yesterday, we learned how to turn off our computer, how to take our computer to a sleep, how to restart a computer, and then how to put our system in a Hammad, which the speaker has do the practical, and it was very good. He showed most of the time turn off, sleep, and restart are there in the system by default. But for Hibernate, you have to set it off for your system to start going Hibernate. And I know someone will definitely think, what's the difference between turn off and Hibernate? Yeah, so when you turn off your system will completely shut down. But if your system is in Hibernate, meaning it will store the current state of your system and then it will shut down. So once you open the system, it will start from where you stop. So if you open some applications before that are often before you put your phone on Hibernate, it will restore and start from there instead of turn off, which will start from the very beginning. And then sleep, the system is still on, but the screen will go off. While for restart is when you restart your system, meaning to turn it off and turn it down immediately. So restart is mostly used when maybe you are having difficulty with your system and you want to maybe to refresh the system. So these are the brief overview of turn off, hibernate, sleep, and so on. We also learn why you need to turn off your computer. We know how to put your computer on hibernate and then sleep. And then why you need to restart your computer. And then we talk about the cursor, the mouse, and touchpad. We know the difference between them, and we know how to use each and every one of this. And then we also learn about copy, cut, and paste, which are very important to know how to do, because if you are using your system, you will definitely be copying some things. You will need to copy and paste, and then you need to code. So what's the difference? We know the difference between copy and code. When you copy something, it's like you are creating another version of that item or document that you copy. But while you cut, it's like you are you are trying to move a certain document without creating another copy, but you are taking the original one and then pasting it to where you want to paste it now. And then we also talk about folder. We know the importance of folder when storing information. So these are the recap of what we have discussed yesterday, and I think yesterday was very practical. We've seen how to do all this thing that I mentioned. So today we are going to discuss about delete. So whenever you delete something from your computer, you move the file to the recycle bin or trash. It can still be recovered. So this is normal delete. That is, it will take your file from the location that you delete the file Okay, permanent delete, it removes a file completely and it cannot be recovered. So you can permanent delete a file or a document using shift plus delete. We are going to have a practical view of how to do that. So, but just take note of the process. You are going to press a shift and then delete. So we've been talking about a file that you can recover and a file that you can't recover. So what is this recovery? Recovery brings back a file from the recycle bin. Remember we mentioned recycle bin is a folder that used to store files or documents that are deleted from your computer, which you can recover later. That's what we mentioned. So recovery is the process of bringing back that file from the recycle bin to its original location. We are going to have a practical to see how we can simply do that. So before Q&A, let me stop sharing and share my screen again so that to show you how to do delete, how to do a permanent delete, and how to recover a file. Um, can you see my screen? Okay. So can you see my
Yes, you can see.
okay. So this is my screen. These are the files that I have on my desktop. Example, as you can see, it's an image. So assuming I want to right click. Remember we talk about mouse. So I can right click. You can see there are options. Let me take it so that everyone can see. Yeah. So you can see coffee, which we have discussed yesterday. There is rename. There is share. That is if I want to share it. So now what I want it. So if I click on this, the file has now been disappeared. An other recycle bin. This is the recycle bin, is the folder that used to store information or files that has been deleted from my computer. So since I have deleted, I can, if I want to retrieve it, I can come to my recycle bin. You can see recycle bin folder. These are the folders or files that you can see the name, you can see the original location, that is from where I deleted the file with the time. You can see the size, you can see the item type. This one is a PDF document, this one is a Word document, this one the delete is JPG file, which is an image. So how can I recover this? Is by clicking it and then right click. Or you can see there are some options here at the top bar. I can restore all items. If I click on this, all these items that I have nine items here in my recycle bin. If I click restore all items, it will definitely restore or recover all the items to the original file. But in this case, I want to restore only this image. So I can click here, restore the selected image, or I can right click here using my mouse. If I right click, it will show me options. So you can see I can delete it. Remember, whatever you delete in your recycle bin, it will automatically delete it. So even if you didn't press shift delete, it will delete. So in this case, I want to restore it. So I will click on restore. You can see it disappear. It is no longer in my recycle bin. So let me go back to my original location to confirm. Yeah, you can see my original location, which is desktop. Now the image is restored. So this is delete. But for a permanent delete, then it cannot be found in the recycle bin and it cannot be recovered easily. So let me see if there is anything that I can delete permanently. Okay, assuming this code, this application, well, let me delete the image, this image. If I want to permanently delete it, let me open my on-screen keyboard so that you can see the shapes I'm talking about. So this is my on-screen keyboard. So as you can see, there are some buttons. I think there is a session about keyboard, so you will understand more about all these keys later on. But for now, what we want to do is shift and delete. Click on this file. Now I want to delete it. I will select shift and then delete. As you can see, shift and delete. Because now I want to permanently delete it. The computer gave me an pop-up that, are you sure that you want to permanently delete this file? Because if I permanently delete it by mistake, it will be difficult for me to retrieve. That's why your computer will always give you a warning that, are you sure you want to permanently delete it? So if it was a mistake, I will click on no, and then it will come back. But since it was intentional, then I will come and click shift and delete at the same time. So if you are using your system keyboard, not on-screen keyboard, definitely you will press the shift without releasing the button and then click delete. So let me do it again. Shift, delete, and then yes. So if I check my recycle bin now, I will not see it because I have permanently deleted. And this is end of the practical that we have. Please, if you have any question, you can put your question in the chat box. I'm coming to the questions and answer them as you have. So I can see there are some questions. Oh, please, if there is question, we have only 2.5 minutes so that we can wrap up before, not even, so that we cannot create another link. If you have question, you can ask. Let me see if I can answer the question in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Or if you don't have, we can call it a day. Today class is not that much, so maybe we can have a conclusion to talk about. I don't have time to go back to my slide, but what we have discussed today is about delete and permanent delete. The most important thing is to understand the difference between delete and permanent delete. as we mentioned and as we have seen in the practical, delete can delete a file, but store it in a place where you can easily recover it. And that place is what we call recycle bin. But for permanent delete, it will not be in your in your recycle bin. It will go completely out of your computer. So it will take you some time, very advanced, for you to be able to recover files that have been permanently deleted. So you should always take note. If you know that you might need a file one sometime, so please don't permanently delete it. But if you know that you are completely done with the file, then you can permanently delete the file. This is the end of today's class. Thank you so much for your time and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for more engaging content. And please, you should take note that there will be an assignment that will be sent to each and every one of you at the end of every week. So get ready, and the assignment will cover all the things that we have discussed throughout the week. So right from day one up to the final day of the week, which will be Saturday. So thank you so much and see you tomorrow.